Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about Microsoft Excel from the beginning. These are the topic we are going to learn. First is what is Excel, Excel interface overview, rows, columns and cells, workbook versus worksheet, how to create and save files, basic navigation shortcuts. So let's understand them one by one. So first, what is Excel? Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet software developed by Microsoft. It is used to store, organize, calculate, and analyze data easily. Excel is widely used in offices, schools, businesses, banking, and data analysis. Using Excel, we can perform calculations, create tables, make charts and graphs, analyze data, and prepare reports. For example, if company wants to manage employees salary data, student marks or sales reports, Excel is very useful. Excel works in the form of rows and columns. The intersection of rows and column is called cell. Each cell has its own address like A1, B1, C1, etc. We will learn this in Excel is one of the most important tools for students, job seekers, and data analysts. So this is the basic introduction to Microsoft Excel. Now we will understand the Excel interface overview. When we open Excel, we can see different sections on the screen. Now let's understand them one by one. First is title bar. This we call the title bar. The title bar show the file name of the Excel workbook. Now we file save as Excel class. The next is quick access toolbar. It contains shortcuts like save, undo, redo. The next is the ribbon. The, the ribbon contains different tabs such as home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and view. Each tab contains different tools and options. The next is formula bar. This we call the formula bar. The formula bar is used to enter or edit data and formula. The next is name box. This we call the name box. It shows the address of selected cell. For example, if we select A1, that the name box displays the address of cell which is A1. The next is worksheet area. This is the main working area where we enter the data. The next is rows and columns. Rows are horizontal and identified numbers. For example, 1, 2, 3, and so on. The next is columns. Columns are vertical and identified by letters. For example, A, B, C, and D, and so on. At the bottom, we can see the sheet tabs. This we call the sheet tabs. These are used to manage multiple worksheets in one workbook. So this is the basic Excel interface overview. Now we will learn about rows, columns, and cells in Excel. Rows are horizontal lines in Excel. Rows are identified by using numbers like 1, 2, 3, and so on. The columns are vertical lines in Excel. Columns are identified by using letters like A, B, C, D, and so on. Now let's understand cells. A cell is the intersection point of row and column. For example, if we select A1, here A1 means A is a column and 1 is a row. If we select B1, so here is B is a column and second row. Each cell has its unique cell's address. We can enter text, number, formulas, and functions inside the cells. Cells are basic working units in Excel. For example, we can enter student name like Shruti, and in another column we can enter marks 98 like this. Excel helps us organize all this information properly. So this is the basic understanding of rows, columns, and cells. Now we will understand workbook and worksheet in Excel. First, what is workbook? A workbook is an entire Excel file. For example, if we save a file with the name sales report.xlx, that complete file is called workbook. Now what is worksheet? Worksheet is a single page inside the workbook. One workbook can contain multiple worksheets. By default, Excel provides one or more sheets. We can rename, add, delete, or move worksheets easily. For example, sheet 1 contain employee data, sheet 2 contain salary data, and sheet 3 contain attendance data. All these worksheets together form one workbook. So remember, workbook means complete Excel file, worksheet means individual sheet inside the file. For example, in sheet 1 we can rename, click on right click and rename. Here we can give the salary. Like this we can say rename, add, delete, move easily. Now we will learn how to create and save files in Excel. First open Microsoft Excel, click on blank workbook. Now new Excel file will open. You can start entering data in the worksheet, for example like anything. To save the file, click on the file option at the top left corner. Then click on save as. Choose the location where you want to save the file. For example, I want to save the file this in document. So I will select document. So here you can give the any name, for example, student data. Enter the file name, then click on save. The shortcut key is to save is Ctrl S. It is very important to save your file work regularly. Excel files are usually saved with the extension .xls. For example, student data .xlx. So this is the how we create and save files in Excel. Now we will learn some important Excel navigation shortcuts. These shortcuts helps us work faster and improve productivity. Now let's us see some basic shortcuts. The first one is tab key. It moves to the cell next on the right side. For example, click on the tab key, then it will moving right side. And next is enter key. It moves to the next cell below. For example, select on enter, it moving below side. And the next one is control arrow keys. It moves quickly to the at the end of the data. For example, click on control and right side arrow, it will goes the end of the column. And click on control and click on the left side arrow, it will goes beginning of the column. And if you want to click on control and downside arrow, it will goes the end of the row. And the next one is control home. It moves to the beginning of the worksheet. Click on the control and click on home, it will goes the beginning of the worksheet. The next is control end. It moves to the last used cell. Click on control and end, it moves to the last cell we used. Page up, page down used to move worksheet screen up or down. The next is Control S. It saves the file. Control S. It saves already. And the next is Control C. It copies the data. Here select the cell and Control C. Now we can use, for paste the data we use Control V. Here it will paste. And Control Z is used for undo changes. Control Z. And Control Y used for redo changes. Control Y. Learning shortcuts helps us become faster in Excel. So this is the basic introduction of Excel. In the next video, we will start learning functions and formula in Excel.